Right now, I got two engines sitting in the shop that are in pieces. One, I was told, has a mild cam in it, and we don't know what that means. I'm excited to take that one apart and find out exactly what it is, because we might be using it. And the other one, the lower end, is already put together and doesn't need any work, so we got a head start on that. So in a moment, we're gonna go and see exactly what we need for parts and what we already have for the V8 that's gonna be going in the rear-wheel drive V8 Honda Prelude. Now you're probably wondering what's been updated on this list behind me. We finished welding the strut towers. We built our coilovers. And now we got a rolling chassis. Now we got a lot of stuff done last week and I'm pretty excited about it. And before we go out in the garage and I show you these engines that I got, I normally share one comment that really stood out to me, but today I've been getting so much love lately. I got two that are really, really nice. The first one here is from a guy that I met recently named Jason, and he actually started his own rear-wheel drive project based on the project that we're building here, and I inspired him to do so, which is such a good feeling. And he says, "Love the content, man. You inspired me to start my rear-wheel drive Prelude project. Thank you. I really mean that." It's just nice to know that I'm actually making an impact on people's lives, whether it's good, bad. I mean, he's gonna be spending a lot of money on this project, but he's having fun, and it's because of me, and it just feels nice. This other one here is from Joseph Clark. Now, this one, guys, really made me feel good when I read this. "I am a veteran and former mechanic with PTSD who can no longer turn a wrench where I live due to health issues. Finding your page and watching this build come along has helped me through a normally very tough time of year. You are making great progress. You have inspired me to take my new career path as far as it could ever take me. Keep up the innovation. Damn proud to watch each and every video, brother." I mean, that's just amazing. I really, really love that. These will both be going on the board. And I guess we got to update the sub count, and I just pulled it up right now, and I can't believe the progress that we've made in 1 week. All right, guys, we're ready to go. Fred's gonna be here in a moment. He's my father-in-law. If you guys never seen him in the videos before, he's been the one that started basically all of this and helped me through my journey of learning everything. But he's gonna help me. We're just gonna take apart the engines, and I just like to have him around because he knows a lot about these old school V8s. All right, guys, so Fred's here now, and here are the engines that I was talking about. Now, this is the engine that's good, and this is the engine that came with all the parts, and this is the main one we're gonna be taking apart, and we're gonna be seeing what parts from this one we can be using on this one. And I think we're gonna start with the harmonic balancer. So this is the pulling set that I'm hoping is gonna work for us. I had this, never used it before, but I figured now's the time to use it. So originally, I didn't know what the cam was in this engine, so I was gonna see if it was gonna be good enough to use in this one, but now Fred's telling me that this one's not a stock cam either, so we're just gonna take them both out and see what we got. Hey guys, one thing that I noticed while editing this video is that majority of this video is gonna be a time lapse, so just sit back and enjoy. It's pretty satisfying watching this engine get taken apart. The other thing that we didn't say is the first engine that we start taking apart, we don't really care about it because it was blown up. We're just trying to get as many parts as we can from it, and we couldn't turn the crank because some of the pistons were seized. So if you see us beating on certain things, that's why. We're not being careless. It's just because we don't actually need those parts, and we need to get down to the main core, the crank, and all the stuff like that. So anyways, just so that I don't hear it in the comments, but anyways, we'll carry on. Well guys, there's the one. There's a trophy right here. You can even see the valve on the inside coming through the top here, and you can actually see it coming out here. I'm keeping that. That's crazy. All right, so we're pretty much done with this one here. Got everything that we care about. I mean, we don't care about the block, but we got all the parts there, and I got a couple parts here. But now we're gonna move on to this one. All right, so both blocks are pretty much, that one's stripped right down because we're tossing it in the garbage. This one's still got the crank and the pistons in it, but there's all the other parts from the other engine. And here's the two oil pans, timing chain cover, camshaft, and all the other stuff. Well, it's the next day. These are still taken apart now, and now I have all the parts organized on the workbench. Slight change of plans. Out of these two engines, I'm not using either of them. Reason is, if you guys remember a few videos back, I took another engine to the engine guy that we have, and he cleaned it up and he said it was a fantastic block, everything was good about it, but it was gonna cost me too much money to build it. But now that I got both these pretty much stripped down, I can't even use this one because it's junk. That one was gonna be the one that we built, and that's just like a couple hours away from being the other block that we have. So I'm just changing my mind on the fly all the time, and I'm not gonna go with either of these. I'm gonna go with the one that we cleaned up. It's a really good block. It's a 4-bolt main. The cam is actually very center on that other block, which is not so common on these. So it's a good block, and I have a bunch of parts that I can start using. And let me show you what the plan is. We got an oil pan off of this engine that I think we're gonna use. So these Vortec heads came off that junk engine, and we found out very quickly that we couldn't use these, so I bought some Vortec heads here. So we're gonna take all the hardware off of these ones because it's a lot of money. Apparently this spring kit's like 500 bucks and these rolling rockers are like 200 bucks. So we're gonna take those and put it on these heads here. I got all these rods are still good. Obviously the pistons are no good. I'm gonna have to buy pistons, but all these rods are already balanced and they're still good. This crank I'm taking to the shop today. He's gonna check it with a mic and make sure everything's good and then get me the right size bearings. I got a cool timing chain cover here. There's a harmonic balancer, and I got the chain already here. Now this cam I need to look into because I don't know much about this cam, so I'm also bringing that with me to the shop. Hopefully he can give me some insight on what the numbers are because that's gonna matter. If it's too aggressive, I can't use it. And these lifters are really good, so we're gonna end up using those as well. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about you. And here's the intake that we're gonna be using. So what I think is gonna be happening is I'm gonna be buying a whole gasket kit for this. I gotta buy pistons, I gotta buy main bearings, rod bearings, and I think there was something else, I can't remember. Anyways, let's go grab that block and bring it to the shop. Well guys, I dropped off that block that you guys just saw me load up, and we talked a lot with the engine guy, and there's a lot of more plans that are in the works still, so I'm just going to leave that for another video. But for now, we're making good progress. I got an idea of what we're going to be doing, so please stay tuned. Next week I should have a very good update for you guys. And if you're already subscribed, please make sure you hit the bell, and if you're not subscribed, consider. I mean, you've already watched this far into the video, so clearly you enjoy what you see. But anyways, we will see you guys very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good one.